Hi guys, I'm here for my penultimate Flossmas. I can't believe I've managed it. All but today and tomorrow, obviously, which I'm totally going to do. Wow, it's quite a commitment, you know. I think right at the beginning of December, I actually decided right at the end of November that I was going to have a go at doing this, and wow, I had no idea how much it takes over. I'll be a lot more organised next year. Anyway, how are you all doing? We're at the 23rd. It's been a miserable rainy day here today. Can't tell you how glad I am that I went and did the shop on Monday, you know, the Christmas food shop, because apparently the shops were just heaving today, absolutely full to the brim from early doors this morning. So I'm so glad that I went and got it done on Monday, and that my turkey lurkey's been in the fridge, because it would have been so busy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. I was just getting ready for some sleeps and I thought, nope, do the video first, because if I have a nap now, I'm going to be uploading in the middle of the night, which is not what I want to be doing. So today I have finished my Christmas cake. There it is. There's my Barbara Anna. I haven't put a picture up anywhere else yet. I wanted to show you guys first on the floss tube. There we go. I've finished it. So that is the third of my 4th floss tube pieces completed. And this is on a 28 count Picture This Plus Crystal Dwarf Laguna. That's what it is. And it is a beautiful sparkly blue, but because it's Laguna, it is brilliant. It's no trouble with the sparkles at all. And there it is. So I have used all the called for, this is just, it's not me. I have used all the called for colours, partly because I only needed to buy the Crikey and the skin tone. And if I'd have looked carefully and realised it was the skin tone, I could have used one of the other sort of skin tones. I've got lots of the others, but it's another DMC into my box. And the Crikey, the gold Crikey that I bought. So there it is. There's the finish. Right down to the bottom. And I love it. Absolutely love it. I got up this morning and I carried on with that and had it finished by about lunchtime. Did a few other little bits in between. I've made biscuit dough. I have got the Norwegian wedding cake, which is called Kraken Safter or something. I have no idea what it's actually called. It's where you make the rings of like almond macaroons and then stack them with white icing around it. I am going to put up pictures tomorrow because I've made the dough. It's been resting all day. The recipe I've got says leave it for 12 hours because it's like super sticky, and then it all just kind of, it's only ground almonds, which I put in the NutriBullet and kind of almost turned it into marzipan. I gave them a quick extra blitz because the almond meal, the ground almonds we get, is quite coarse and I like it quite fine, so I put it into the NutriBullet and whizzed it until it basically turned into marzipan, and then I broke it all up with my fingers. It's equal quantity of ground almonds. I use caster sugar, or the recipe said confectioner's sugar, which I think is what we call icing sugar. That's the powdery sugar, and egg whites. So that's all been sitting in the big mixer bowl all day waiting. I've got a very buttery vanilla biscuit, a very buttery chocolate biscuit, and a gingerbread dough in the fridge, been chilling down all day. So tonight I'm going to cut and bake biscuits. The gingerbread I'm going to cut into squares and a slightly bigger rectangle, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little template for I'm going to make tiny little houses big enough to put a Ferrero Rocher in, so because I always have so much royal icing left over when I make those things, the royal icing for my Kraken thingy. It is, if you like almonds, it is utterly delicious. It's just like chewy macaroons, absolutely wonderful. But I'm going to do I'm going to do different this year, because usually I make a tall one and I think it comes out about, what, 18 inches tall, with the little ring at the top's this size and the biggest ring at the bottom's like that size. I bought the pan from Lakeland, the right pan that does it. I only make it once a year, but it's been our Christmas cake for about the last 5 years now, because I don't like Christmas cake, I don't like mince pies, I don't like fruit soaked in, I don't like wet fruit, I don't like wet cake, can't do trifle unless it's made of chocolate. I can do custard, I can do chocolate ganache, I can do chocolate sponge, I can do chocolate cookies. Make a chocolate trifle, perfect. Make a jelly fruit sponge cake, it's making my tummy flip just thinking about it. Ugh. So I don't do Christmas pudding, I don't do Christmas cake, I don't do mince pies, it's all poisonous. So I'll make a Yule log tomorrow. I'll do the Christmas tower thing and all the cookies, and that'll do us for Christmas. Oh, and I'll make some, I think I've got 4 egg yolks in the fridge, so I'll make some ordinary, just like Victoria sponge mix, which I'll make into what we call buns. They're cupcakes, but because I've got egg yolks, I'll leave out 1 egg and put in the egg yolks, so it'll be like super rich, really rich and decadent. So I'll do that too, so that we've got cake. My kids will just hoover it, it'll be gone. I'll take some around to my parents and they'll be gone. But the little gingerbread I'm going to make into tiny little houses, about yon big. I'll show you them if they work. I'll be like, here's my gingerbread houses, and I'll be able to put like a Ferrero Rocher or a Lindor or something inside to make them so that when you break it open to have it with your coffee, you get a little chocolate inside too. So I'm going to try those. So I'll probably have some biscuits and cakes or some pictures and things to show tomorrow of my baking. So after I finished the Christmas, the upside down, my Barbara Anna Christmas cake, Mystery Sal this year, which I thoroughly enjoyed, I made 1 or 2 face masks, Christmas face masks basically, so that we've all got one, a brand new one. So I made 2 with that lovely sort of stained glassy Harry Potter fabric. I've made 1 for Flora and 1 for Izzy, because she's meeting up with Izzy tomorrow to walk. Izzy's her best friend. She made friends with a girl in lockdown. They were all on Discord, which is like it's like Teams, but it's voice, and they all use it at school. And she made friends with a girl who was in one of her science classes, and they have just become the best of buddies, absolutely the best of friends, which is really lovely. And so they're going to have a walk and a little Christmassy picnic and a little walk around a local lake, which will be brilliant for them. I mean, I don't know where it stands on the rules. You're allowed to meet 1 person outside, I think. And she's 1 person, and Izzy will be 1 person, and they'll walk together, and me and them will go, how you doing? I'm alright. I'll get in my car, I'll pop to Tesco's, I'll get chocolates to put in the little thingies, I'll get little tiny sweeties, I'll get like jelly tots and stuff, if there's anything left to put around the gingerbread houses and that, which will give me something to do, just because I need something else to do, obviously. So I made 3 little small child size, which are for, they're too small for a grown-up, for my little boy and my 2 little nephews, who are exactly Austin's age and 2 years older, but he's really little, so they're all about the same height just now, so that'll fit those 2. I made 1 for my sister, because when I drop Flora off tomorrow, I'll same pattern, it's a charm. When I drop Flora off, I'll just drive, or it'll be about 3 or 4 miles from there to my sister's house, drop their presents off, because we won't see them. So even if they're out, I'll just put them by the back door and post a note through. So they'll be going. These are instead of Christmas cards. I'm not doing Christmas cards this year. I'm doing masks. I've already posted 1 to my auntie, who's the only bit of post I need to send. She lives down in Norfolk, my mum's youngest sister. So there's one for my boy. I haven't put the elastics on Robin's yet. There's the difference. There's Robin's and there's Austin's. Yes, I made them matchy-matchy. Just them. And there's one for my dad, which is a rather nice Christmas. It's black with shiny on it. And I've got one for my mum, which is holly. These are both fabrics that I have looted from my mum. My mum holds the fat quarter. She always held the fat quarter stash. I now have millions of fat quarters, obviously, because I make all sorts of things with them. But my mum holds like the stash where you go, oh, I remember that one, and oh, I remember that one. And then she got all her mums when her mum passed away. Oh, 2 years ago. I think it was January she passed away. 2 years ago now. She was 93. She did very, very, very well. She was our matriarch crafter. But so I've made them for my parents, looted from fabric from my mum. It's like, give it to me and I'll give it back to you. It's how we operate. And then I've made 4 for us girls. So we've got sausage dogs in antlers. We've got cups of cocoa. Oh, that's upside down. That'll be for Lizzie. That one's for Lizzie. The doggies was for Flora. I'll have the gingerbread houses, the iced biscuits, and then Maddie can have the skiers. So that's what I did this afternoon. I made a whole billion pile of those, and I'll just put that down on my cutting board, and I just need to sew on longer elastics onto Robin and my dad's masks there. So that was this afternoon's job. So that I literally sat for 3 hours at the sewing machine. But I really wanted to make them because they're instead of Christmas cards, and I wanted to try out this new Harry Potter fabric for Flora. And I've got a lovely big piece of that. I told you I bought 2 meters of that, didn't I? I have caught up. I've caught myself up. So animals from here on in. I know I've only got 1 more box to go, but 22 that should have been done yesterday. I have done 2 little bunnies with a little heart, and then 23 for today. I have done a squirrel holding a garland, and then 24 tomorrow is going to be robins. I think I'm going to see if I can fit the very tippy top of the tree and 3 robins, but they might not fit for the 24. I'm going to have a go at it because I think it would be really nice, but it might be not fitting. I'll see. I might just tweak the numbers or something to try and make it a really pretty one. I want them to all be the same size. I don't want to suddenly have a bigger one for the 24th because I'm planning on them fitting on almost like a board with equidistant buttons on it, so that they all fit on the little pillows. So I don't want to suddenly make one a different size. So that's that. And oh, and then we didn't have our pizza party, but we did do pizza. At 5 o'clock I got in the car with Maddie holding an uncooked pizza on the pizza tray. We drove to my mum's and I gave them an uncooked pizza. My mum ran in, shoved it in her oven, I assume, because she disappeared with it, and she came back without it, and she came back with her basket. My mum has a shopping basket, a proper wicker shopping basket. Can't fault that. And it had the Pyrex in it. It had the Pyrex in it and a carton of custard. So I gave them a pizza and she gave us, I think we got the better deal, another crumble, and it had Christmas spice in it. It was delicious. It was absolutely gorgeous. So she did the pudding and we did the pizza. So it was the best we could do under the circumstances, and we'll see them on the 25th. We will go round at about 12 o'clock. We are booked in at 12 o'clock, arriving with a hot turkey, and she's going to have everything else just about ready. We'll sit down to the table probably about 12:30, have dinner, take about an hour, and then we'll do presents for them and from my sister, because my mum's got those. And then we'll probably go for a little jolly walk, a kind of an enforced Christmas jolly walk, come back, have a cup of tea, have a bit of cake, and then we'll go home. So that's going to be Christmas. But it's going to, and to be honest, that's what we do every year, with the exception that my sister and her children are usually there as well, but they're not going to be there this year because the boys are going to their dad's on Christmas Day. She is driving them a 2-hour drive halfway through Christmas Day, and then she's got to drive 2 hours back, and then she's meeting her boyfriend, who I assume she is bubbled with or is allowed on Christmas Day to, yeah, anyway. So we won't be seeing her on Christmas Day, so I'll drop the presents around tomorrow. So I've got to wrap them up tonight. I wrapped up Lizzie's and Maddie's presents last night. I've got my sister and the boys, Flora and Austin's to do tonight, but I got myself a little system going. I watched God, which movie did I watch? I watched the ice sculpting movie last night. Christmas ice sculpting or something it was called. Yeah, you know the pattern. So I had that on while I was wrapping up presents, and yeah, got off to sleep. And I'm waking up normal time. I'm gonna try not to slide my sleep times back to, you know, getting up at lunchtime, because I never do that anyway. But when I do, I feel sluggish and rubbish. So I'm just gonna get up in the morning and do my stitching. I'm thinking about a Christmas start, because I'm not going to start my Christmas present at Christmas, because I need to start that in January so I can tick it off full coverage Fanatics bingo. So I'm wondering, I mean, I don't have to have a new start. I could just carry along with Kingdom of Books maybe. I won't do a lot of stitching on Christmas Day, that's the thing. I'm going to be busy, but I'm just going to see and maybe just work on a whip on Christmas Day. But I will need to start something between Christmas and New Year. And I keep looking at this. This that was my Christmas present to myself last year. I just need to find the dinky dies. The deer pillow thing. Oh dear, I can't pronounce it at all, and I'm not even going to try. The dearie pillow, that one. I think I might, because it's monochromatic, so it's going to be nice stitching. I think I might start that as my last, because I've got the fabric, which is colonial blue. It's that colour, cornflower blue. Absolutely love it. And that is 28 count, I think, so it'll be 2 strands of a dinky dye. Yeah, I just need to find them. They're in a floss box, and that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you where the floss box is, except that it is over there. Between where I'm sitting and the yarn boxes, there is a floss box. It'll take some looking for. So that's me. That's me for today. I don't think I'm going to go off on another tangent, because it's actually been a lovely, super quiet day. I've got to go and roll out some biscuits. I'll put my sewing machine now. Now I've got the table. Oh, I cleared the table. I scrubbed the table. Our dining room table is only small. I'm holding it in trust. It belongs to my father. It's a bit like the books. His father made it from teak planks that were used in the Second World War to move gun carriages around. I'm holding the heirloom. I'm holding the family heirloom, and it was only because it's handmade and it's lovely, and it's usually covered in crap, and it is clean, and I scrubbed it this morning, and it just loves being clean. And we could 2 pins. We could sit round it now and eat, except my sewing machine and all my bits of face mask were still out on it at tea time, so we just distributed around the house as normal. But tomorrow night it will be clear for our buffet tea, and then it will have large amounts of Lego sorted onto it on Christmas morning, no doubt. I am going to make them wait for breakfast, and instead of there being a pile of presents for each child, I am just going to put all of them under the tree this year. Well, sort of around in front of the tree. We don't usually put presents under the tree. We don't do it as we go. It all gets put out on Christmas Eve. Last job is putting out the presents. This year I'll take them down the stairs and I'll put them around the tree first thing in the morning, and then they can just ferret around until they find what they're looking for. I think that's the way I'm going to play it this year, I think, because usually they come down, there's a pile, you know, and then they scoopy by the pile, and you know, there's like 3 piles on the sofa and 1 pile on the, we've got an old sofa cushion, an old Urkel sofa cushion that belonged to my mum and dad, so that lives on the floor because we're a bit tight on space, so it's usually Flora's perched on that. Sorry about that, I went off on a really sad tangent. So I've got rid of that because that's not what I want to be. I was just musing about my old cat, which I'm not going to do. He's all right. He's quite happy at the moment, and I hope he stays that way for another 10 years. Anyway, I'm done. That's good. I am going to leave a short one today, she says, and it's going to end up half an hour long, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks for your comments about my needle minders. I do like making them. I will do a proper this is how I do them kind of video at some point, because I'm going to try and do a lot more videos. I've got kind of used to talking to you guys now, so I probably will do. I'm going to at least aim for a floss tube a week, and then maybe something in between, but we'll see how we get on. If we go into a hard lockdown, I'll be seeing a lot of you. If we don't go into a hard lockdown, which at the moment they were mentioning Cumbria this morning on the news, because apparently there's been a big outbreak up in Cumbria, but then they said parts of Cumbria, and now they've actually announced which areas, and it's all southeast, I think. I'm pretty sure. I just had the news, I just had the BBC News on then, and I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be Cumbria. So that being the case, everything will go back to normal, and by the middle of January I'll be back working, could be working 6 full days a week then. So yeah, I might be awfully busy again, but needs must at the moment. After the year we've had, I need to work every hour I can, really, which is just how it's going to be. So yeah, I do want to do more. Definitely going to do a whip parade between now and after tomorrow, when Flossmas finishes. For me, I'm not pushing through to the end of the month. I'm going to do a wrap up, I'm going to do a whip parade, and then I will do the finishing. I'll do the finishing. Oh God, the prairie scoop. I've not finished him. Right, he'll get done if I've got time. If I've got time between all the things I've got to do, like making the biscuits and wrapping up presents, I'll do him. If I don't get him done, I'm not going to break my heart over it. She'll just get 2 next year. Oops. I mean, I've been looking at him. Have I not been looking at him? I've stitched this and I've stitched this. Have I not been looking at him? You think it would have jogged my memory a bit. But then again, brain like sieve. Right, guys. I will see you tomorrow, Christmas Eve, for our last Flossmas video of this year. And I'll probably see you day after Christmas. I'll probably be here giving you a little briefing about what's been going on. So right for now, guys, have a brilliant tomorrow, have a brilliant Christmas Eve, get some stitching in and have great family time, or whatever you're going to be doing, and I will catch you tomorrow on Christmas Eve. Bye bye for now. Bye bye. Here's all my masks that are laid out ready to be sewn. I'm using the threads I got at auction, ready for the machine.